Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Walt Disneylanders. Hope you guys have enjoyed your stay this season. Hope you guys are having a great time, and hope you are staying safe. This is our season recap of NCP Season 4. This is obviously not required, and it's going up on a Saturday, but this is something that I wanted to do. It's something I kind of like to do, or at least I want to start doing for leagues that finish, where I kind of just go over everything in the league, say some things that were never said, or that like I probably should have said during the season, or just whatever, just say whatever, kind of reflect on the season, kind of just like, you know, wrap it all up. Especially because our finals game was a little, it wasn't the greatest ending to my season, but I guess in a way it's a little bit deserved, and I'll kind of explain why in this video. So it just kind of just shouting out my feelings, kind of just me rambling. Don't know how long it's gonna be. I want to keep this kind of short, but I do want to kind of just ramble up and talk about everything this season. So you guys can see here, we got a family photo in front of us. Everybody squished together to get into the photo here. I love this. I put this together. I'd love doing these. I think they're really fun. Just squishing everything together. So family portrait one last time of our season 4 roster, and I really love this roster. This is one of the few things I wanted to go over in this video, is like how I felt about the roster and everything. So I really love this roster this season. There were some flaws. I realized that Reg Ice's face completely covered. We did not have great ice switch-ins. Ice type really fucked us up, as you guys saw against like JB and Vanillux. Yeah, so ice types were a huge problem. Hazards were really annoying because our only removal options were Cole, which was decent, but I didn't get comfortable using Cole until the latter half of the season. Lottie, which I found wanting to run more offensive every week, and then Decidueye, which was very, very few and far between in terms of games that it came. So hazards were a little bit annoying. We always had rocks up on our side, but it wasn't as bad as like our BBL team, for example. We had options. But overall, our team was really fun. I really enjoyed building this team every week. We had tons of options with everything. Overall, just a really fun team. And there wasn't a whole lot that I would like there's not a whole lot I would really change. Like if I could go back and do transactions, I would probably switch out Double for something usable. But like other than that, my team was really fun. I was really here for it. So like that, like I'm here for it. So that's kind of our roster. That's kind of like a how we feel thing. And I'm very sad that this season is over because you know, spoiler, we talked about it in the finals video. I think we talked about it in the 70s as well. Season 5 is right around the corner. And also more information on that at the end of the video. Season 5 is right on the corner, and seeing the team get split up, everyone's getting drafted into different places. So seeing the team split up from this season to last season, it always hurts my insides. I grew attached to this team. It makes me sad that this team is breaking apart now. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. So obviously season 5, we're making a return. If you guys didn't check out Twitter at @NCP_hub, they released all 16 coaches. We have a phenomenal lineup this season, and more stuff about week uploads and draft streams, stuff like that will be at the end of this video. If you guys haven't checked out the Twitter already or joined the Discord, which will be linked down below as well. So let's just kind of jump into, I'm going to transition here into our season schedule. Made this little graphic at the beginning of the season. You guys saw with our original lineup. At the beginning of the season, we expected to go 5-5 or 6-4. We finished 6-4. We could have finished 7-3, but that's just my bad. You guys can see we finished as a runner-up. We lost to Owen in the finals there, which well, I was bitter about, and I'm still a little bit bitter, but I actually can't be too mad about it because we only got there off of hacks. If we didn't dodge the power whip against JV, we wouldn't have even made playoffs. Or no, I don't know. It would have came down to it, but I think I might have finished 8th seed, which then would have had me play Shuckle King round 1. It would have changed the entire structure of playoffs. And Shuckle's a phenomenal player, so I may have not even made it past him. So dodging that power up against JV kind of set the stage for us. So it's fitting that we lost to hacks, but it's still frustrating to lose a finals nonetheless. But you know, I can't be too mad about it. We'll go next. So you can see we did lose 4 games our entire, or 1, 2, 3. We lost 5 games our entire season. We finished our season out at 8-5. As a total, we finished 6-4 in the regular season with 13 differential, losing our first 2. We made a huge comeback though, losing our first 2 against John and Owen, and then losing against Josh in week 4. But we did take down D-Rate in between those, so it wasn't an 0-4 start. And then we picked up some dubs against JB, 504, JV, Stremi, and then the meme game against Liv. That Seth game, I joke about it a lot. Oh, you should have won that game. I just didn't pay attention. It's not even like I got hacks. It's literally just my own stupidity. But, you know, you can only be mad at your own stupidity. I'm more mad about that game than I am the finals game against Owen, believe it or not. Purely because I should have won that game and I threw it away on my own accord. It's not like the game changed anything or like I lost to something I couldn't control. I just threw the game away because I wasn't paying attention. So unfortunate there. And then you can see our playoff run at the bottom. We took down mid 3-0. We took down Vepsis in a very intense 1-0 game, and then we lost to Owen 2-0. So we had a playoff record of 2-1 plus 2 differential. Finished season 6 seed. So really proud of my season. I think I'm proud of my season and I'm not proud of my season. I think all of my games were winnable. The only game I'm gonna, like, obviously Owen, Josh, and John 100% outright beat me. They just played better. Seth, I misclicked, but he still played the game how he needed to win. So nonetheless, they won their own accord. But from my perspective, I could have beat Seth. We all know this. I should have beat Seth. Owen, week 2, I played very on tilt, and I prepped and played very rushed and not well. So I feel like I may have been able to take the game against Owen if I prepared myself a little bit better. And the week 1 against John, it was first Wi-Fi game first draft league on the new Wi-Fi, on the Elgato and everything. So I think it was a lot of nerves. I was very unconfident in my decisions. You can see from our week 1 against John versus the rest of our season going forward how much more confident I get in my plays, how much more confident I get in the land timer. And except for JV, I don't know what happened against JV. I did apparently everything that I learned and I almost timed out against JV. But other than that, everywhere else, I became a lot more confident. I played a lot more confident, and I was less scared of the timer as time went on. So I'm really proud of how I've grown as a player. I genuinely think I probably could have went 9-1. I don't think that Josh game was ever winnable. Looking back at it, if I didn't bring Red Eyes, I don't think my team physically could not kill Zapdos. So I think that Josh game was kind of unwinnable for me. But I think I genuinely could have won everywhere else. But I guess that's Mons. You can win or lose any matchup. It's like I said in hot takes. Game start 50-50. Nothing changes before the battle starts. So really proud of my season, and I'm really excited for season 5. Hoping we can do better than this season. Next season, hopefully we can do 7-3 regular season and make that runner-up of finals and make our background gold, because Owen got special gold graphics for being the champion, and I was like, stupid yellow color. Bitch, hate you. So I'm just going to run down my team really quick, how we finished out the seasons, our records and everything with our team, and then kind of just give my final thoughts on the season. So first up, we have the team captain Baymax, our Celesteela, came to 10 games total. This is including playoffs, by the way. Our regular season stats were on the dock, but then I went back and added our playoff stats, because this is the stats that I use for my personal league doc, just to keep, you know, I like keeping track of stats like that, so I think it's really fun. So our Celesteela came to 10 games out of a total 13 played, I believe. Yep, 13 played games total across the season for us. Came to 10 total. We didn't come to the first 2 playoff games, and then there was 1 regular season. I don't remember which game that was. I don't remember which playoff or which regular season I didn't bring Celesteela. I don't know. But 10 games played, 10 kills, and 6 deaths. Overall, you guys know me. Had him in VBL. We had him in NCP. I love Celesteela to death. This mon is so much fun. I think it's a perfectly good mon for my comfort zone. It's very bulky. It rewards me for misplaying, but it also rewards me for playing well and for prepping better and prepping intricately instead of just running like dirty like brain dead sets. If I actually put some intricacy and actually think about my sets with Celesteela, I think it rewards me a lot more than people give it credit for. And even though it only got 10 kills, it put mass amounts of pressure on prep on teams against us. They had to prep for offensive and defensive Selly. I wish I could have brought offensive more, and that's like kind of like my my resolution or my goal, should I get Celesteela again down the line, is I want to try and bring offensive a lot more than defensive. But there was a lot of times when defensive just sat, and like it was just unkillable against certain teams. So really love Celesteela though. Definitely would draft it again. Probably will end up drafting it again. But I do want to take a break, because I literally just had Celesteela for between BBL and NCP. What is that? 26 games. I've played 26 draft league games, and he's been here for over, I think, 90% of them. So gonna take a little bit of a break on the Celesteela grind. Hopefully maybe he returns next season, who knows. Next up is Renaissance, our Latias, who finished, that's wrong, that's the wrong stats. I'm gonna erase that. Renaissance Latias came to 9 games out of 13. Only got 2 kills. I didn't get 12. It only got 2 kills. Forgot to delete the one off of Celesteela's when I made it, so that's my bad. Only got 2 kills across the entire season and died 6 times. Latias, even though it didn't have a great record, was a very good support Pokemon. Latias is a Pokemon that for me never actually finishes kills. Latias, if they counted assists, Latias would have like 38 assists across the season. Like Latias does so much damage to things, but just barely misses out on the kills for a lot of them. So Latias really just kind of supported the team. A lot of Healing Wish, a lot of offensive breaking sets, a lot of defog, a lot of just very bulky, annoying pivot sets. Really awesome mon. I love Latias. It's weird because I'm not good at using Latios, but I'm not good at using Latias either. I don't know. I'm very weird at using both of them. I'm not good with them, but I don't hate them either. It's just very difficult for me to just use raw breakers like that. But Latias is a lot more bulky, which I think Latias fits my playstyle a lot more than Latios does, because I always do bad with Latios as well. So really like Latias. I really like that pairing with Celesteela. Owen's good call came out clutch. They paired really well together, and I think it forced a lot of people to just kind of rip their hair out in prep. So really love Latias, and I'm kind of sad. I really liked having that Healing Wish support, so that might be something I have to look for in the future. Next up, we got our kill leader of the season. After tallying up all the totals, Simba, our Raikou, ended up coming out as our kill leader at 9 games played, 12 kills total, and 6 deaths. If there was a playoff MVP, it has to go to Simba. I think Simba hard carried our playoff games for us. The finals game, even the finals game, it came in clutch. Against Jesse, we brought that really awesome Bulldoze tech for the Zeraora. Overall, very annoying for our opponents, for Jesse to deal with. Against Vepsis, it forced him to sack Mons, and that Volt Switch pivoting really put Vepsis in a bad spot as he switched, and then we got the free Volt Switch because he didn't bring his ground type. Simba put on mass pressure against Vepsis and forced KOs on stuff like Gengar and Urshifu. And then against Owen, even though it didn't get massive amounts of kills or a sweep, it did kill that Latios, which is a huge threat to us, and nuke the Excadrill to death, which if we could have got past that Moltres, would have actually resulted in Celesteela winning the game because of how much damage we did to the Excadrill with Raikou. Or if we had gotten, I think he guaranteed live it every time, but maybe if we got a little critty, we would have won with Raikou right there as well. So I love Raikou. This mon, in the beginning of the season, I was actually a little bit hesitant. I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. I would prefer a Thundurus though. Raikou, love this thing. Speed tier is phenomenal. It has phenomenal breaking power. So many more versatile sets than people give it for. People think, oh, it's gonna go Calm Mind or it's gonna go Specs. No, I brought Assault Vest, I brought Bulky, I brought Calm Mind, I brought some Toxic. I brought so many Raikou sets this season that worked so well. And I'm honestly really happy with how I use Raikou, and I'm really love Raikou. So this is definitely a mon that's gonna be on my radar in these next coming few leagues, because I'm very in love with this mon, and I'm a little bit on a Raikou high right now, even though some electric types are kind of bum weak like Det. Next up, we got Prince Naveen, our Seismitoad, coming to 9 games total, 6 kills and 6 deaths, so nice and 50% on our Seismitoad. Overall, just really nice support, bulky water. You can never really go wrong with Seismitoad. Came in clutch setting up rocks in a lot of games. Died to Xurkitree twice when it was supposed to check Xurkitree, so just to that. Overall, it was really fun mon. I love Seismitoad. I wish I could have brought offensive Seismitoad. I really wanted to bring offensive against Shremy, but I just couldn't fit it. I needed the defensive with rocks, as I felt it did better. But I really, in the first draft of my team, I had offensive Seismitoad as the first mon I built, but I just couldn't get it to work properly. And it actually worked out because Shremy did not bring the rain, so I'm really glad I didn't bring that. But a Seismitoad, really fun mon. Really fat and annoying. Just overall really good support Pokemon to set up stuff like Raikou and Celesteela and Azu for our endgame. Also that bulky water versus offensive water, Azu Seismitoad core worked really well since what's it called? Since this is immune to electric anyways, so it's like one less double up on Azu. So we just had to cover the grass, but then we had Celesteela and Latias and Drapion and Buzzwole and Decidueye and Colossal and Regice. So we were not scared about grass types at all. So love Seismitoad. Next up, we got Drapion, Mortal Potion. Our Drapion came to 6 games, 2 of which were playoffs, 3 kills, which all 3 were in playoffs, and 4 deaths, which 2 of them were in playoffs. No, only 1 of them was in playoffs, sorry. So we love Drapion. I wasn't a huge fan of him during the season, but near the latter half, I got a little more comfortable using him. He's a very awkward Pokemon to fit on a team because he doesn't break things, but he's not weak, but he doesn't outspeed things, but he's not slow, but he doesn't live hits, but he's not like not bulky. He's very, very weird Pokemon to kind of work around. But in the few matchups I really got him to work, it worked really well. The knockoff support was super clutch. I only brought battle armor all season, and I stand by that. I was never bringing the sniper set unless it was the meme game against Liv. I was never bringing that sniper set because Noah my ass, the one time I don't bring battle armor, he would die to a crit. I guarantee it. So 6 games played, battle armor during all of them. Do not regret that decision at all. Drapion, really nice support Pokemon. I think it's still better than Skuntank in the terms of the dark poison debate. I kind of wish I brought T-Spikes a bit more and forced a little bit more, even if teams had a grounded poison, like just force the switches. Like you guys saw against Mario B and BBL, he brought T-Spikes even though I brought Gengar every week, so it's like he still forced me to switch and stuff. So I kind of wish I brought T-Spikes more, but that's just kind of me growing. So we might have to give Drapion another chance down the line. Sir Buzzingtons, Mr. Incredible, our Buzzwole came to 6 games, 2 of which were playoffs, 9 kills, 6 of which were against D-Ray, and 3 deaths, unfortunately. But Buzzwole, love this Pokemon to death, man. It's a lot. It's basically, it has the sky high attack stat where it doesn't need to be run offensive. I ran bulky Buzzwole every time I brought it, and people really struggled to break it down. Buzzwole, phenomenal physical wall, phenomenal physical breaker. It lacks on the special side and the speed side, but it's fine. It covers for what it needs. And now with Darkest Layered, it gets coverage for ghosts, which means this thing can really go unchecked in some matchups. So I love Buzzwole, 10 out of 10, would recommend, and will definitely draft again. Next up, we got Cole, somebody who, is that right? I brought him to 8 games, that doesn't seem right. Somebody who I kind of slept on during the season and I wasn't super excited to pick up. And he kind of warmed up to me. Warmed up because he's fire type. He warmed up to me in the end here, especially in the playoff games where the hazard stack came in clutch for us. During the regular season, I didn't bring a whole lot of hazard stack, which I think definitely threw my opponents off guard in playoffs. For when I brought hazard stack Cole, they were not ready for it. But Cole, when I saw him in the regular season, like he's weak to ground and water 4 times. So I was like, why? And he just doesn't look very good on paper. And on paper, yeah, he doesn't look the greatest, but he does what he needs to do and then he gets out. He has 6 deaths for a reason. He got up hazards, he burned a couple things, and that was about it. I think I clicked like 2 attacking moves with Colossal all season before he died. Like I got 1 Rock Slide off against Vepsis and I died. So I think Cole is a very good support Pokemon. It's something that I wasn't a huge fan of, but I got there. And I think the team, I wouldn't have made it this far without him. I think he was actually a diamond in the rough, if you will, for me during the regular season. And then we wouldn't have made it where we did without the back of Colossal. So love this guy. Definitely give him a shot. Also in VGC is pretty cool. So next up, we got Robin Hood, our Decidueye. Came in at 5 games, 4 kills, and 3 deaths. 2 of those kills were against Jesse in the quarterfinals. Decidueye, again, wasn't overly excited to draft because I feel like it's very mediocre. But I did what I wanted to do with Celesteela and Seismitoad with Decidueye. I didn't bring just fat defog every time. I did bring that offensive set against Jesse, and the few other times I brought it bulky, it still had that good offense in it as well. So I actually really like Decidueye. It's not the greatest mon on paper, and it's not the greatest mon in every matchup. It's not the greatest grass type, but I think it's really fun. And I think it's actually it's a solid mon for its price point at like 10 or 11 points. Solid mon, give you nice defog, momentum. Ghost Stab is actually really hard for a lot of teams to switch into, so it was definitely considered a lot. But it's very mediocre because a lot of it's based like 80 or 70 around the board or whatever, so it's very mediocre. But the few matchups it got to work, it really went in and did some work for us, so loved the guy. Next up, oh my god, probably the best pick of the draft. Thumper, our Azumarill, our clutch king. 10 games played, 11 kills, and 4 deaths. I believe this has the highest KD ratio, but we are 1 kill short from tying with Raikou, which would have made Azu our MVP of the season. But we would not be here without Azu. We would not be here without Azu. It clutched up that game against JV, and overall, Azu put in so much work this season. It was ridiculous. It almost swept Owen in week 2. It did, when else did it do really good? It clutched up against JV. It broke against Vepsis in semis. Azu really clutched up when we needed it to. It lived the Sludge Bomb from Vepsis, which I believe was like a 50-50 or like a 25% chance to kill me, something like that. It lived the Sludge Bomb against Vepsis. It dodged that power loop, which put us in the playoffs. Azu overall was a huge clutch factor for our team. I do not regret drafting it. It was a mon I've wanted to try for so long, and I got to try it, and now I'm on an Azu high. I really want to go get him again. I would totally use Azu again in another draft just because of how much fun it was the first time. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you have never tried Azumarill, please try and fit it on a draft, because I think it's actually a lot of fun if you just don't spam. If you don't spam Belly Drum, I brought Belly Drum once or twice all season. If you don't spam Belly Drum, you bring Banded, you bring AV, you bring that Parastrap set against Josh. That was another cool set. You bring some cool sets, and you actually think with Azu, it's a really fun mon. So 10 out of 10. Next over, I'm sorry, Djali. Djali, the bull came to one game, and it didn't do a whole lot in the game. It killed a Pokemon. I don't even remember what it killed. It killed something though. Not a whole lot to say about Double. There's a reason it came to one game, because he's Double. I really wanted to bring him against D-Ray, but I just couldn't get it to work, especially with the Salazzle sitting right there. Double, if he's cheap, he works, but I needed a normal set for Spectre week 1, and it didn't check Spectre, so there was that problem too. So he's kind of cool. He's a sheep, but like I don't have a whole lot to say about Double. I'm gonna be honest. Love him though. He's kind of cool. And last but not least, our tier 5 MVP of the season. We actually won it. Shouts out to all of my fellow coaches who voted for Regice, and for the 2 of you that voted for Raboot. I know one of them was Jesse, but whoever the other one was, fuck you. Raboot did not deserve to win that award at all. Tier 5 MVP of NCP Season 4, Regice, wub. He won the tier 5 MVP because it was him and Raboot. There was no other contention, because Vepsis type null was 1 point over the area, so that was out of the way, so we didn't have to worry about that, thank the Lord. Shouts out to Regice though. Really happy with this mon. Really fun mon. 10 out of 10 would recommend, would draft again. With boots, I think ice types got a lot better this gen, and I think with its insane special bulk, it's very hard to kill Regice. I probably should have brought it against Josh to try and kill the Zapdos, but what it lacks, or what it has in Spadef really lacks in Fizdef, but that Bolt Beam coverage is actually really hard for a lot of teams to deal with as well. So really love Regice. I think it's a really cool sleeper pick, and definitely deserving of tier 5 MVP. No matter what you say, John, this mon deserved tier 5 MVP more than anyone else did. So really happy with that. And we're going to pull up the team photo once again. We're going to turn this off just in case. That is going to conclude NCP Season 4. I'm really sad this team is over, and I'm really sad the season's over, but I'm really happy with how we went. We came in. John put a chance on me. He told me, you know, you need to upload this season. You need to come in clutch. Every game went up on time. Not a single game went up late at all. Even some like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. nights, games went up on time. And I made sure of it. We played every game on time. We had no extensions, I don't think, other than against Seth, who came in midweek because Christian just went AWOL. And we played our hearts out. I think I've grown a lot as a player. Between this and BBL, you can honestly see the difference in my play and my confidence levels throughout the season. So I'm really proud of how I've performed the season. I'm really proud of how I played the season. And I'm really excited to come back for Season 5. So if you guys are excited for some more NCP, Season 5 is right around the corner. And by right around the corner, I mean tomorrow. As of this being uploaded, this is going up on Saturday. It's going up tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. CST, noon EST. Grandmaster D-Ray and OG Albina, our resident hype man, and our reigning champion are going to be hosting the Season 5 draft stream. Also, I guess is the other announcement, if you guys haven't checked out the NCP Discord, please go do, because you can go grab team rules and stuff and check out all the latest stuff with NCP. But also, John and Zombie decided to step down as commissioners, and originally how it sparked is Owen said he wanted to run a league, and D-Ray's the guy with connections. He's very good at running things, and well, I've been running leagues for years, so I decided instead of Owen starting a new league and John retiring NCP, what if we just take this and put it over there? So John gave me, D-Ray, and Owen the keys to NCP, so we are the 3 commissioners now of the NCP. So I went from the guy who nobody thought was even going to upload to owning the fucking league. So shouts out to the glow up here. But yeah, so shouts out tomorrow. YouTube, I believe he's doing it on YouTube, youtube.com/GrandmasterDray. It'll be linked down below. Go check out the draft stream tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, whatever time zone you are. It'll be a very good time. Owen's very knowledgeable, D-Ray's very hyped, so together they do a very good job on the draft stream. And we have a lot of cool coaches this season. We have a lot of good competition, so I'm definitely nerve-sighted for next season. And with that, I'm gonna hop on out of here. So if you guys enjoyed this season recap, please hit the like button and subscribe button. And until next time, my name's been Kurt, and we'll see you. Hope to see you again in Walt Disneylanders. I hope you guys enjoyed the season. And with that, my name's been Kurt, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I'm out.